Everybody, it's your boy Goosebumps Shen, aka Justice. I keep back with another video. You know what, guys? Today, guys, I'm telling you how I got fired from Starbucks, which really fucking sucked. Um, I worked at Starbucks for a year and it was almost a half. It was almost a half, technically. Yeah, a year and almost a half. Um, I started in December or January, around January, after my birthday. Of 2016, I want to say 2016, and got fired in August of 2017 or something like that. Yeah, August of 2017. So that's what happened to me. While working there, I made some good friends. Made some customers that used to come just to meet me or see me. A couple of those were my mom's friends. A couple of them were good on my own. I made one cool guy named Ralph. He would always come in the morning at 6 o'clock, and then sometimes come on around 11 or 12, and I would hang out with him when I was on my break. He was a nice guy, real fun to talk to. All my coworkers were awesome. My first boss, will not name her. I'm gonna call her C. She was micromanaging. She was sometimes abusive towards me and other coworkers in a not in a mean way, but not in like she would hit us, but like verbally abuse us. Um, Other than stuff like that, like I legit did not like my that boss. Fun fact: she is not the one that fired me. It was the one that takes over her job later in the story. So I get another. So I keep going, and my boss would be like, let me just tell you the name she called me. Fuck. No, she called me dummy once a couple of times. She sent me home because I wasn't being fast enough on certain things. Um, what I did at Starbucks was called store support. I wasn't really good with drinks, and I wasn't really good with cash register. Scratch that. I'm good at giving money out. I'm good at like if it's a regular cash register I have in my restaurant, which is not a high tech one. We have like a standard cash register, somewhat of a standard cash register, which is easy to get through. I can handle that. We had a high tech like press buttons for this, and that, and blah, 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 and I just ble- bleeped out everything. Like I would. The first time I was around cash register, I did pretty well, and then I cracked off. Like I don't know how, but I just did horrible, and I wasn't efficient or fast enough on it. Um, so that will keep coming into play later. So I did solar sport, which is basically taking out garbage, cleaning bathrooms, making whipped cream for like the drinks, restocking the shelf, which is like restocking milk if they're running out of milk in there. I was so good at expiration dates. It was like actually looking at our back and seeing if there's an expiration date. Then that C had promoted me to literally being in charge of expiration date. Like my job was literally every day when I walked into work was to go into the back at a certain time and do that. One job, there's two jobs that I enjoyed. One job I really enjoyed. It's called a thaw. A thaw was basically what it is we have this, the bakeries and stuff like that. The baked goods we carry, like, croissants, cookies, and all that type of stuff. We walk out, or I had to do the thaw, which is basically we go out, we check this huge container we have of all the baked goods, cookies, and all that type of stuff. Okay, and then we have a list, and we have to mark that we have enough for each day. If we don't have enough, and we have an amount that we give for each week of the day. If we don't have enough, I am sent technically, or I go out in the back and I'll pull them from the big fridges that we have, the stuff that we need, the amount of the stuff we need, and put a label on it, da da da. And that thing takes about 3 hours. And my shifts anywhere last from 4 hours or 3 hours, something like that. So it wasn't that bad of a shift. So Yeah, 4 to 3 hours is my shift basically. Um, where was I at though? Where was I at though? Um, yeah, okay, so that job, and then there's the job that I hated. There's one job I hated the most. One job that I didn't really mind. Um, was the cafe runs, which is basically going out. There's thermoses, checking the thermoses and filling them up. If they need more, fill it up. I didn't mind washing dishes. Uh, the best time was when we had to clean out the mocha, and it's just nonstop chocolate smell for about an hour and a half after you're done cleaning the mocha in the back room. Um, the worst job in the entire Starbucks thing is trash runs. I will believe me, people. You do not know the foulness I smelled while doing trash run. And if it rained or if it was raining, it amplified that by like 20, by 20, like 20 times 100. Okay, that's how bad it smelled. I literally would do this. I did this one time. My boss caught me doing this, and I said, "Yeah, it's my pan and gas mask." With my I do it with my apron and my black shirt that I had over my under my apron. He has my pan and gas mask. You start doing this at so we start selling these Josh's pan and gas masks for Starbucks. Helps you get through trash runs and a bunch of other things. And she burst out laughing. My boss. I had three other assistant managers. And I got another one later on in the my working there. Anyways, at some point, a lot of the employees basically uh, turned my boss in for what micromanaging and all this, and she got demoted and moved to a different store. And a new boss came in. Now, I'm going to tell you one story in particular about my boss. Two stories actually. One time, my boss had type 1 diabetes, and one day she had an attack, and I was forced to run to Publix, which was not that far away, about like um, which is not like it was like 5 seconds or nah, it's like a minute away, which 3 doors down. I bolted to Publix and I pick up like 5 Kit Kats, and I'm thinking, my please don't die while I'm there because she has type 1 and diabetes. And type 1 diabetes, if you don't have sugar, you could die. Like she'll go into a coma. So I'm like, please don't die while I'm getting you these Kit Kats. And I just bolt and I just like give her the Kit Kats, and she eats them. And I basically sit there for 3 hours telling her the story of Perseus because she wants something to calm down and So I basically don't do shit for 3 hours. The other thing I would do, another thing I would do, what was I saying? Okay, so another story I'll give you is I worked for Blink 182 once when they came in from their tour. Another story I should tell you. The story that one story that she was actually rude to me and technically a customer is when I was uh we were doing I'm pretty good with accents. Like I can understand what some people are saying with accents. So and I'm pretty good with like Hebrew accents because I'm Jewish, so I'm pretty good with Israeli people. So a woman comes in one day and she has a heavy Israeli accent, and I can understand it like really well. And my boss does not know what she's asking, and what she's asking for is a ham, and which is surprisingly a ham and cheese croissant. Okay, a ham and egg and cheese croissant sandwich, breakfast sandwich. Um, and my go up to my boss and I say, "See, I think she's saying she wants an egg, ham and cheese croissant breakfast sandwich." And she says, "How would you know? You don't know anything." And brushes me off. And the lady gives me a look like, "Did I do something?" I'm like, "No, that's just her. That's how she is." And walked, and that was it. So, anyways, back to the day how I got fired. So one night, about 2 hours after she gets demoted and moved to a different store, and our new boss there. Now, my new boss had told me that I wasn't being fast enough, so she was gonna give me a month or two to get fast enough, or I'd be fired. Um, so there's one night I'm doing my job. I'm cleaning up. I'm working the till close shift, almost to close, or to close shift, which is 8 o'clock, and then I get to leave at 8. I think I was like 5 to 8, and I'm cleaning and I'm sweeping the cafe or the behind the counter, and I'm mopping. That's my brother. Sorry, guys. And two customers come in. It's around 7:30, and my then another four customers come in after that. And my, yes, you could say system manager asked me, "Would you help me on the other register?" And I told her, since I was really not trained well and I'm not good well on the register, I said I could get Lisa, who's our other system manager, who I'm really cool with. She was a good friend of mine. She still is a good friend of mine. Um, uh, to help you. I'm not great on the register, and if I was on the register, I would only hinder you and not help you. And I'm only looking out for you and the customers. And she's like, okay. And I get Lisa. So 2 days later, I don't have to work that week for some. I don't have to work until Tuesday or next week until Monday, which I had no class that Monday. So next Monday. So and that was a Thursday, and I had Friday off. So and I had the rest of the week off. So I go in on Monday, and my new boss, comes to me and says, "Just can I see you outside for when I want to talk to you?" And she said, "Sure." And I'm like, "Oh, okay." And I'm sitting there, and I was fully prepared to work that day. It really was. Came out of my uniform and everything. She talks to me for about 15 minutes. Tells me, "Came to my attention that on this date and time, one of your superiors had asked you to help you. Could you?" And and I said, "Plain what happened." I told her what I was going to hinder her, and I was only looking out for her and the customer's needs. And she said, "That's fine, but and still consider refusing a job or a command from a superior, and we are or not command, but our I guess whatever, refusing something to do something from your superior, and I'm afraid I have to fire you for that." And this is my first real job, because the other job at McCoco I quitted myself because I wasn't getting what I needed to do to continue in the job. So I'm walking back in, and a bunch of my coworkers are like, "Hey, Josh, how are you today?" And I'm choking back tears because this is my first job I'm actually being fired from. And I'm like, good. I lied through my teeth. I took my last check and my tips, and I left. Went to Publix, picked me up myself a sandwich, called my mom, and like holding back tears, saying, "Mom, I got fired today." And my mom was so pissed. And my dad, to this day, I will always love my dad for what he did. My dad is the single handedly the coolest person I've ever met for what he did. Okay, so I had got him like 15 aprons from while working at Starbucks in the year. A few of them had my name on it. Okay, and my dad, after I got fired, my dad's the one who picked me up from the Walgreens where I used to get picked up when I had the shifts afterwards, and My dad drove me back home. What I wasn't told is 2 hours later, my dad had retrieved all my hats that I had to wear, the Starbucks hats, and my aprons. Walked into the Starbucks that I worked, which is like literally a mile away from my house. Looked, came right to the counter where my manager was, and smashed him down on all my aprons. And the one that was sticking up was the one that says Josh on it. Okay, Josh for my name. And all my manager had to say was, "Oh, wow," and walk out. And my dad, without saying a word, my dad made the biggest statement. He says, "Fuck you, fuck your establishment, and fuck your life. And you're lucky I don't beat your ass." This woman was a woman, but listen to me. My dad never would hit a woman, but that day he told me I wanted to hit her so bad. because she deserved it. And I said, Dad, I agree that she kind of deserved it, but and it turns out that that manager that it turns out that a couple other of my friends that worked at Starbucks really didn't like that she fired me over that, and caused some problems down the line for her. So see you later, guys. Like, comment, subscribe. Even a couple of the customers stopped coming in because of me getting fired. One person, even a couple, said she made the biggest mistake of her life. And I'm like, and my mom was like, yeah, she probably should know that now. Like, comment, subscribe, guys. I will see you in the next video. Definitely check out my other videos, and please, if you subscribe if you're new, and I will see you guys in the next video.